During the year of the Cobra, a prisoner captured by unknown means was transported into the exiled lands, crucified, and left to die for crimes that they may or may not have committed. Death comes swiftly on black wings, until fate intervenes.
Thirsty, dead man. Shall I cut you down from that corpse? It might kill you. You civilized men are soft. Your lives are not nailed to your spines. Where I come from, we kill our enemies in battle. We don't leave them in the desert to die like dogs. So, you live again, dead man. This land does not love men. You are marked. Cross the ghost fence wearing that. It might have been kinder to leave you on the cross. Live, love, burn with life, slay and survive. We will meet again, dead man.
My name is Dgando. I was hung for spreading malicious rumors about my lord, taking several slaves without permit and blackmail. Foul lies. All I was doing was looking out for my fellow slaves and fighting for our survival. Working for my lord didn't get me far at all and eventually led to my demise. And now I am cast away, exiled from my home, thrown out like garbage to survive amongst the ruthless. I will survive these blasted lands, so I can go back home one day and get my revenge against those who did me wrong and free my fellow slaves from the hardship they have to endure under my former master.
Behold, bonded one, the very boundaries of civilization. Beyond the passage of our highways lie the wild places of the world, where untamed savages make endless war upon each other. You cannot pass into the endless wastes enslaved. Your bonding prevents it. Return. Follow the road. Any road. All roads lead to the city.
And we followed the road until...
I am beaten, left to rot among the ruins of the past. There are others here, slaves, bandits and cannibals, exiles from lands I've never heard of. Some of them try to scrape a life from the wasteland, scrabbling in the rocks and sand for their own place. I cannot go on. The life that I left behind haunts me. The sun of the glittering spires of Belverus has forever denied me. The smell of my daughter's hair. I will pass the ghost fence, and this cursed land will finally end me. To whoever reads this note, I leave the last of my water and this message. Stranger, you have my pity. You do not know how cursed you truly are.
And thus, in order to survive, I would have to start gathering materials and food. First on my list is a weapon, so I can slay that whatever stands in my way of my ultimate goal. Revenge. I must become ruthless to slay the ruthless. I must become a warrior. Wretched creatures roam these lands, so I must prepare. These sad sorrows didn't make it. They weren't strong enough to survive these lands. We will show them how. In their memory, we shall face the horrors and hardships these lands have to offer. We will not end up like them. Look at this foul creature, mauling over a dead body. What is it? Whatever it is, we spooked it. But does it have any friends? I was born and raised as a Darfari warrior. My people are cannibalistic worshippers of Yog, who is essentially a demon. My people capture and sacrifice humans to their tentacle god before they feast on their remaining flesh. I never identified as one of them, and was thus thrown out of our camp and picked up by a wandering slave trader when I was still a child. Traveling with my former master has taught me a few things, but nothing could prepare me for the pandemonium ahead. My master was not fit for leading, but his wealth gave him standing. He bought me as a slave from a slave trader. At first, I honored the man for freeing me from his wrath, but I soon learned that my new master was of a worse evil. He neglected his servants, which led us to fend for our own. We had to fight for our survival. When the loathsome trader learned of our skirmish, he hung us for shaming him and spread repulsive lies. With the resources I gathered, I was able to create these underrated daggers. Nimble and quick on the draw, they can easily fell the largest creatures if the wielder knows how to handle them. Having crafted my favorite weapon, it is now time to test them out. A sharp-eyed creature spotted me from a mile away, and is coming to end our mortal existence. We will have to take care of him in order to move on. When I let my daggers dance through this creature's body, I feel great pleasure. I imagine moving my blades through my former master's hall of flesh and bones, and can almost taste his fear when I end his puny life. What kind of creatures roam these lands? Are there more like these foul-looking abominations? Is this only the beginning of what we are about to face? I guess the way of the Darfari is more present than I ever knew. Surviving in exile leaves me with no choice. I will return these creatures to their gods and use their flesh to fuel my own. We have found a different being. This one bigger and more ferocious looking than his predecessor. I can't wait to test out my blades against one of these. He looks like a true test of my skills. He also looks like he has more meat that I will have to take with me and save for a rainy day. Exiles. They aren't currently here, but this has to be the work of other people. I wonder where they are currently residing, and if there are any friendly in this godforsaken land. There are settlements like these all around this realm. Fellow exiled have settled down and made their homes. I must remain vigilant, not to step on any toes, as I'm not equipped enough to contest them yet. Running through these lands, I stumble upon one of these big ones. It'll not stand a chance against my blades. Although I'm having trouble with my stamina, it'll soon go down. Inika of Chimeria, a fearless warrior of the lands we have still to explore. This is where we find some good armor that we can use to aid us in battles to come. Attack is the secret of defense. Defense is the planning of attack. We now need shelter in order to defend ourselves. We will fall if we stay out in the mayhem for too long. We need to gather strength and resources in order to prevail. Our sturdy shelter will provide us with the much needed rest. With the newly acquired armor, we can be a little bit more aggressive. Weak attacks will now be repelled by the armor we have gotten from our most recent opponent. We can try out different attacks and go for the kill directly. We will not hesitate to take out those who oppose us. But like in every great story, there is always someone or something bigger and better, and we will have to restart and live to fight another day.